Uh-oh.
Get to work.
I'll tell you.
What's up? Thanks for the P-Rad today.
P-Rad's coming.
P-Rad is?
He's on his way. We're back with the boys.
You got a client buddy that has
buddy.
like, what, 500, 600 acres up in Bowling Green.
Yeah, I need to get out there. It's so far from where I need to get out to actually, well, service them, but to talk to him about it. I'm more devoted to follow Woodford.
Oh yeah.
So he texts, he's like,
we're here in Sumner County, Tennessee, Gallatin specifically, and we are out here on the hunt for some treasures.
Any age specific facts about the property or history behind it?
I don't know. I know it's been unimproved forever. There used to be an old 100-year-old barn on the property that we tore down.
What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of American Portraits Podcast. This one, again, another metal detecting video for you guys to enjoy. We are bringing on Daniel Loper on this one, who is an old teammate of Ryan Long. The two of them used to play for the Tennessee Titans together. And about a year ago, we went out with Ryan Long and Daniel Loper to take down a barn on Loper's property. The barn was an early 1900s, late 1800s build. And when Ryan and I took it down, we did a three-way split with Loper on if we can move it or flip it. So ultimately what ended up happening was we brokered some of the lumber to my old company, which at the time was still called Five String Furniture, now known as Mesa. They went on to build products for Patagonia. And at the very end of the ordeal, this barn was just kind of sitting there, what was left of it. We had all this tin roof. And one of the guys we brought in who runs a tree service, had a crane to help us get the roof off, ended up having a contact by chance in Knoxville who bought the majority of the 10 panels for the Discovery Channel, which ended up going on a TV show for some kind of house flipping, some kind of DIY show where they got in there and they used it, at least on the set. That's all we were told. We did get that deal successfully brokered, and we never saw it again. We just know that it went to Discovery Channel. So that's the history as we know the property. And as Daniel explains, it's pretty simple. He and his business partner are developing it. They're putting a really nice house on it. I think it's around 4,000 square feet. Daniel Loper is a home builder now. And as we were going through the property, we ended up, finding a few really cool items. We did a little bit of gem sifting and ultimately decided to leave to go to Daniel Loper's personal property, of which, we won't really say exactly where it is, but it's waterfront, and it's a beautiful, beautiful area to detect. All right, any dream wish that you want to find today?
Anything Civil War era. Not even Civil War specific, but anything that old would be fantastic.
All right, Jeremy, what about you?
Agree.
Wish list?
It'd probably be maybe something Civil War era too. Anything of age, buckles, grandma's teeth with a gold on it, something.
Long?
I want to find a coin
You look
with
like a
18 on the
Ghostbuster right
front.
now. You're ready to go, man.
What's
Long loves all the gear, and he's got all the fancy stuff. He's got the walkie-talkies.
communications?
It's fancy.
This time or what?
We'll let you know how it goes.
Burn around in the mud for a little bit.
Hey, boy.
Yo.
What's good, dude?
Oh, not much.
You ready to find some more
Dude,
treasure? Or
I am
what?
ready.
Okay, good, because we got to make millions
Yeah.
soon.
You see
Tired of being poor.
it?
Uh-oh.
Get to work.
I'll tell you.
What's up?
Happy New Year, dude.
Yeah, man, you too.
What's up, P-Rad?
We are looking to find some treasure, much like that soda can, which we'll throw away later. But we've been doing this about once every 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Once every
so
2
far,
weeks,
yeah.
give or take, trying to see what we can come up with, just because it's really fun to get outside, hang out with a good group of people, and you never know what you might find. So we will keep you posted on what today brings. You got anything yet, P-Rat?
Nothing yet.
Got some mushrooms over here, dude. Mushroom City.
Nice.
That right there, I believe, is coyote poop.
Oh yeah? Guys, I don't know if you can see this for perspective. Maybe that helps it. That is a huge tree.
Big, man.
This thing is absolutely beautiful. We are gonna dig around this tree because a lot of times you find coin caches and money boxes around them. It's an obvious landmark. So P-Rat is gonna go ahead and circle this tree. I don't know how big this thing is. It's probably 48 inches across, maybe even bigger. All right, so we got 2 reeds here. One of them was cool. It's a barbed wire in a tree. I guess that's cool. And the other was P-Rat's shoe, which turns out your shoe has metal in it. These rubber shoes.
These shoes are
Go
made
on,
of
give it a
gold,
little
baby.
read. Yeah,
They're just
it's
really
a nice,
expensive Sorels.
nice low iron sound. Guys, I want you to look at this tree again, though. I know I'm a nerd for this kind of stuff, but this thing is absolutely beautiful. It's an oak tree based off the leaves that we've found. For any of you guys online, if you want to correct us on that, feel free to, but pretty sure that this is the structure of an oak leaf, and the bark looks like an oak. I'm not sure red or white. I think it's too large to be a pin oak, but this thing is just absolutely massive. And I'm going to step back again just to show P-Rat in comparison. P-Rat, stand up next to the thing and spread your arms out. How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
All right, so we got P-Rat's 5'11". I mean, that tree is 5 feet around, easy.
Yeah.
5 feet across, I should say. It's probably 10 feet around. Just absolutely beautiful, guys. P-Rat and I worked together for a long time in fabrication, metal work, millwork, lumber. So it's really cool to come across a tree that is this old and this big in Tennessee, the old growth. And I think we just got to read. We got to read. You guys got to check this out. It found a moss that looks like raisins kind of on this tree. Never seen anything like it. Pretty cool.
Probably not healthy.
Probably not good. Doesn't it look like raisins? I don't know, it looks like raisins to me. I don't know what that is, but it is growing on this stick like a bunch of raisins. P-Rat's finding more barbed wire. Barbed wire! Okay, so we're getting a bunch of readings in the water, but we're going to zoom in here and show you guys what we're looking at. It's actually a bunch of tin. You can see this right here. We're getting a bunch of this stuff, which is kind of a bummer, but it's just littered in this river system. As you can see, also there's a lawn chair. But what's cool is we are in this massive cottonwood grove. All these trees, these guys, the really wide bark pattern are cottonwoods, and they're just absolutely stunning. Massive all the way throughout here. P-Rat's getting a bunch of readings up along the creek. We're just kind of walking through, getting muddy, but nothing yet that's worth anything. Right here, there's like a really big pile of fence, and that's probably all throughout this creek system. I mean, not just probably, it is all throughout. We have all this mesh and just basically a lot of trash. So it's made it really hard to get reeds. Old tin roof, chicken mesh, whatever these guys use for agriculture and farming. And P-Rat has found, hold on, what'd you find?
An old barrel. We're trying to figure out what it says.
So we know Delta something Ost. Wow.
Something for industry.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice. It floated a long ways.
Their boat must have sank in this creek.
Upriver.
Oh, well, whatever was in here probably wasn't too good for the ecosystem. So, just to recap, we don't really know what this is. But, some kind of chemical drum. 20 gallons, it says. I'm guessing it's some kind of hydraulic fluid for machinery. Some kind of machine oil.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
Delta
It's kind of hard to say.
Chemical Corporation right here is what
Memphis,
it says.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Memphis.
I don't know. I'm gonna guess some kind of hydraulic oil. If you guys online have any idea what Delta was used for or what they manufactured, leave us a comment below. All right, so Pierre and I have decided to switch our efforts from metal detecting in this creek to looking for potential fossils, teeth.
We're gonna dig up Tyrannosaurus Rex.
We're gonna dig up some T-Rex just to see what we can find, because we found a couple interesting things already. So we're gonna get in on some water and see if we can't find anything interesting.
Creation since the beginning of time, in some form or fashion. These little critters. You know, this is what we all come from.
This Discovery Channel contract right now.
I am. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't.
What you got so far, Long?
Got an elbow in the creek for you to examine.
We'll classify out, see if there's any gems. Interesting.
You are the.
Jimmy, what do you got so far?
You're the first.
Horseshoe.
Horseshoe?
An old, it's like some kind of old farmer's tool of some sort.
P-Rat?
What have I found? A couple of nails and some barbed wire.
All right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah.
Anything of interest?
Nope.
P-Rat, what about you?
We got some fossilized shells.
Nice. What else we got?
This old tool.
Yep, old tool. What's over here? Chain
And this ring.
That looks like a shotgun or
bullet.
casing. Yep.
And this little piece of metal. And then the deer skull. And then this
Part of the horseshoe.
horseshoe. And
We got
then part
this
of the boy.
shotgun cap. Alright, there it is. Half horseshoe. Some kind of old tooth off machinery, maybe a plow head. Metal ring. Shotgun casing. It's like a 45 casing. Got the whole shoe here. And Loper found junior buck. The whole thing.
Yeah.
Not bad. A long time.
Liberty the buck.
Wildlife preserve that goes out into the lake. That's pretty cool.
So, give us the rundown. Give us the rundown.
All right, we're here on the Cage's Bend Peninsula, right outside of Gallatin, Tennessee. The battle of, I think it was called Morgan's Raiders, had a skirmish here back in the Civil War, and so we're gonna hunt for some treasure.
Nice. And it goes from the river back over that direction behind you for like a quarter mile. And behind here is lakefront, which is technically river,
Right.
but dammed up right here.
Yep.
And we're gonna hit this big old field right over here, see what we can find.
I'm excited about it.
Question, Loper. Do you know what the Indians called the peninsula?
Do you know?
That sounds about right. I do not know. Peninsula.
You're supposed to have the answer if you ask that kind of question.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know they
Wait. Wait.
Right?
Dude.
Waiting for you to say Venezuela.
Did y'all see that little church that we passed the street? It's called Rehoboth. I know that the guy founded it in like 1780 something. It's been here a while. Yeah.
Climbing a tree. Climbing a tree. So, the neighbors have kindly asked us to move off of their field line, just straight right there. But Lober's property is right there. So we'll be now taking all of this on, seeing what we can find. Hopefully something from Confederate era, as there was a skirmish here on the property. And we'll see what we got coming up. So we ended up leaving and getting over successfully to Daniel's property, at which point we ended up going till dark again. Some of that we filmed, some of that we didn't. What's interesting is right around sunset, again, right as it was getting dark and we were calling it, Ryan Long, who you will hear to me refer as Grouper often, Grouper hit a massive target and dug it up, and I'll put a picture of it in here for you to look at. It was completely unbelievable. We didn't know exactly what it was, and we got super excited. We thought that maybe it was a meteorite. So we started looking up Gibeon meteorites, iron ore meteorites, and a couple of people told us that, it very well could be. We looked at some photos online and brought it to a gem and mineral shop, and sadly, we concluded, or self-deducted, now it's not out of the question, but we kind of came to the conclusion that this is bog iron or potentially blast iron remnants from a blast iron furnace. Tennessee has what they call the Tennessee Trail of blast iron furnaces from the 1800s. And essentially, it's where they took iron ore in the south, red iron, pig iron, and bog iron, occasionally iron imported from the north as well. And they would smelt it down, and when you just crush in the crucible, the blasts that come out of it and pop out in these pockets is the blast iron remnants. And so this is one of those pockets of the leftover iron. That's what we're thinking is. It's 100% metallic. It's solid through and through, as you can see in the pictures, and it weighed just about 5 pounds. Of course, we got incredibly excited because if it were a meteorite, some of those things go for up to $1,000 a gram. So if this thing actually was or is a meteorite, theoretically, it could be worth upwards of $2.4 million. We think we might have about 50 cents in raw material, sadly. But our plan is we're going to get a metal lathe. We're going to machine these things down into some rings for the 5 of us to have, just kind of a little trophy. And then the rest of it will keep as a specimen piece in our box. So that is that, guys. That pretty much wraps up this video. Please be sure to check us out on Apple for podcasts or wherever you find your podcasts. You can type in Love Your Work. You can Google American Portraits Podcast or go to AmericanPortraitsPodcast.com. If you like what you're seeing, hang out, subscribe, leave a comment for us, write in. You can hear our contact info. We give out some emails in the podcast as well. And we are now signed up on Patreon to kind of help us get this thing going and support some of our overhead, which is, honestly, it's pretty low right now. So if you feel the need to support it and you want to see us keep doing these things, we do all have day jobs. This is something that we do on the side for fun, but any support that you might want to share or show, we will absolutely love. As always, we hope you guys are doing what you love or getting one step closer to it. Until next time, see ya.